So you been your
Yeah,
motherfucking ass. You been to
I went
every
to got you Anglade.
right, right. You a bad motherfucker. You went to every school in the parish.
Yeah, I went to Gacho and Glade. I went to the reason why I left from Gacho because we had left from Dutch Bayou. We went stayed in the back of Cambridge, and that's when I had to wind up going to Glade, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to leave Gacho. I didn't want to leave Dutch Bayou
Man, I know you
because I love
did.
that shit.
Man, I know you did. Hey,
I
Dutch
love that
Bayou.
shit.
Let me tell you something about Dutch Bayou back in the day, dog. You heard me? Nigga used to leave school and go get weed and candy, the candy lady, them fucking fruities. They used to sell them in the fucking Ziploc bag. Come on, cat man, hey, KLJ, come on, man. You heard me? I'm a real Parish baby.
Goodwill. Goodwill. Hey, Will, this shit is fucking gold.
Right.
All right, so this everybody first time meeting you. You heard me? Introduce yourself for the channel.
I'm Cal J from La Platte, well, from Reserve, Louisiana. Dutch Bayou, baby.
Dutch Bayou.
That's where I'm originally from.
That's yeah.
Yeah, Dutch Bayou. I moved to La Platte when I was 15, 16, something like that. That's when I
Hold on,
really
wait a minute.
started being
Wait a
out in the streets and shit like that.
wait a minute, little
You know
brother.
what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Let's go a little earlier than that. Let's talk about your early childhood first. All right, you originally from Dutch Bayou. Where you went to elementary school at?
Oh shit! I went to elementary school. I went to Johnny Laurie.
John L. Laurie?
Yeah, Johnny Laurie. Johnny Laurie.
And that was
Yep.
elementary. How
Well, first of
elementary?
all, first, first I went to I'm gonna take it way back to Gotcha Grammar. That's
That's
what I
what I'm
went.
saying. Let's get into it, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Go to Gotcha Grammar, like from kindergarten to what, third grade or whatever, some shit like that. Third, fourth grade. No, third grade. Fourth grade, I went to Rosenwald in
Okay.
Dutch Bayou.
Okay.
Yeah. Then fifth grade, that's when I went to Gotcha.
You went to
No, no, I'm
Gato?
tripping. No, fifth grade. No, 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 no. Fifth grade, I went to Johnny Laurie. Johnny
Okay.
Laurie. Yeah. Then after I left from Johnny Laurie, I went to Gotcha.
I never seen
Yeah.
you at
And I
Gato.
went to Gotcha. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I met you there.
Man,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Gato was some wild ass.
We had
That
matter
was
of
some
fact, we
wild
had a class
time.
together.
At
I think we
Gato?
had an all class together and another class. Yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah, yeah. No, we had a math class together. Miss Mason. Miss Mason.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. It's starting to come back. Miss Mason.
All right. Since we talking about
Um.
Gato, let's stop right there. Since we talking about
All right.
Gato, you heard me. I did a couple interviews with my California homeboys. You know, I'm good out there in Cali with the Bloods and the Crips. So
Mm-hmm.
a couple of my Crip homies, they did the interview with me. And me and my little cousin, he a little younger than me, but he from Garyville, you heard me. I was explaining to him how gang banging started in our parish, you heard me. From your
Mm-hmm.
recollection, how you think gang banging started in our parish? Because I think it started at Gacho about 1992,
It did.
93. You heard me?
Yeah, it did. Somewhere around that era. Yeah, it really
Okay,
did.
okay. Give me your
Yeah,
give
you're
me
not
your take
tripping.
on
It
that.
really did. Um, like you said, it really did started in that around that time, around 92, 90, 93, some shit like that. That's when shit really was getting real back then. Um, that's when you had Reserve. There was with the Crip shit. And then you had Laplace. It was with the Blood shit.
Right.
Some shit like that. Gary, I don't know what they was doing at that time. I can't remember, but around that time they wasn't thugs. Then they were just Garyville,
They
if
was
I'm not mistaken.
they was gangster disciples at first. You know
Yeah,
I'm a,
yeah.
you
See,
know
see.
I'm originally from Garyville.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
lived in Garyville from five when I moved from New Orleans when I was 5 years old to 9 or 10. You know, I got my neck broke
Yeah.
in Garyville, you heard me. So we ended up moving out of Garyville when we sued the school and got some money. You
Okay.
heard me? Yeah, but Garyville originally, you dig, from back then, from what I remember, there was gangster disciples at first. You heard me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they had a was you there for the riot? The Garyville versus Reserve riot that happened in the gym? And they had all the cops and the
I,
TV cameras coming. Was you there that year that the boy was shooting
I
at the
about to ask you what
school?
year it was.
I, bro, I can't remember. I think it was 92. Cause look, all of us, me and my whole crew, we all felt the sixth grade. You heard me? That's when
Mm-hmm.
shit got real for us, cause we all felt the sixth grade, and it was like no more being little boys playing with He-Mans and shit. Man, now niggas up in this bit, we fighting every day at school against niggas that got blue rags on and shit like that. So it had to
Mm-hmm.
be like, if I'm guessing
No,
right,
no.
go ahead.
I wasn't there. I knew what you're talking about when that shit happened with the shooting. I knew what you're talking about. I knew exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Nah, I think I was still at Johnny and Laura because I when I got the Glade, I mean got the Gotcha, um, everything was just smooth, like smooth. But I know what you're talking about. I wasn't there.
Okay.
You
Okay.
talking about when, boy, when Mr. Ooh tackled him in that hog
Yeah.
after shooting him, after shooting that gun and shit. No, I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm, I wasn't there. I couldn't see that was.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So
No.
that year and the year before that and the year before that was fucking like the roughest years, a God show and a parish. You heard me? Uh, like I was telling my partner, I can't speak for Glade because I ain't go to
Mm-hmm.
Glade. As a matter of fact, once we
Mm-hmm.
made it to East St. John, half of LaPlace didn't even know us because we was the few LaPlace niggas that went to Gacho. You heard me?
True. True.
So
Yeah. True.
I always
True.
thought you went to
Definitely.
Glade. I always thought you went to Glade because at the time you
Yeah, I
did.
did.
Okay, yeah, okay. So
I
you
did.
been your
Yeah.
motherfucking ass, you been to
I went
every
to Gospel Angling.
right, right. You a bad motherfucker. You went to every school in the parish.
Yeah, I went to Gacho and Glade. I went to the reason why I left from Gacho because we had left from Dutch Bayou. We went stayed in the back of Cambridge, and that's when I had to wind up going to Glade, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to leave Gacho. I didn't want to leave Dutch Bayou
Man, I know you
because I love
didn't.
that shit.
Man, I know you did. Hey,
I
Dutch
love that
Bayou.
shit.
Let me tell you something about Dutch Bayou back in the day, dog. You heard me? Nigga used to leave school and go get weed and candy, the candy lady, them fucking fruities. They used to sell them in the fucking Ziploc bag. Come on, cat man, hey, KLJ, come on, man. You heard me? I'm a real parish baby. You heard me? Like I tell
Yeah,
niggas,
yeah.
I done lived everywhere except reserve. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
But check this
Mm-hmm.
out. Check this
You
out.
right?
Half a Dutch Bayou, half a Dutch Bayou is my people. You heard me? Like really my people. You heard me? Niggas don't know all that
Okay.
shit. Half of Garyville is my people. You heard me? And half a Dutch Bayou. I ain't gonna say the whole
Yeah,
reserve, you heard me, but Dutch Bayou,
yeah.
you heard me? Like you dig the Browns, J Rock and Sluggo and
There you go.
you heard
You
me?
go.
That's all my
You
cousins.
go.
Flipper, you heard me?
Okay. That's
And
some
that's all
bomb
my
right to me.
cousins.
Yeah.
Kentrell
Yeah. Come
Brown,
on.
Mikey, you heard me? Like all them niggas is my
That's some
cousins,
true
you
shit.
heard me? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you heard me? So I just
You
want you
do.
to
You,
know that I know what I'm talking about, you heard me? Like
yeah,
Dutch
you do
Bayou
know what you're
was
talking about.
Dutch Bayou was that. I remember when nigga Dutch Bayou was the only spot that had weed in the parish. Nigga had to go ride down there
Uh-huh.
and get that shit, you heard me?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we got that out the way. So when I met you, when I first met you, you heard me, you was standing in the back of Cambridge, you heard me? But
Right.
I always knew you wasn't from back there. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
So if my memory served me correct, you heard me? Cause we had a love-hate relationship. You heard me? My clique and your clique from the back of Cambridge. I can't talk about Dutch Bayou. I'm talking
Ooh,
about
I knew. I already know where you're going with it.
yeah, I'm talking about the OG Pukey and my homie
I'm two
Torres.
steps ahead of you.
You heard me?
I'm two
Like
steps
I
ahead
love
of you.
these niggas
Yeah.
to today, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
how I
Right.
met y'all, cause Cambridge is right on side of Riverlands, you heard me? How I
Right.
met y'all,
Right.
Y'all niggas used to come walk through our hood, you heard me, and challenge us
Mm-hmm.
in basketball and shit. You heard me, and like won't fight after the game was over. Whether y'all won or lost, y'all want to fight. You heard me? You dig? And some type of way we ended up getting real fucking cool. You heard me? Y'all came from
Yeah.
walking all the way to the hood every day trying to fight us to come and walk to the hood to shoot ball and nigga it was all good after that. You heard me?
Uh-huh.
That's when I first met you. You heard me? Yeah, I got that right
Mm-hmm.
or I got that wrong.
No, no, no. You got that right. Absolutely right. That's what we used to do. Matter of fact, it would be me, Pukey, Therese, Elliot, Dustin. We all used to go together walking through Riverland and shit. And I remember that night when that boy Pukey was fighting that boy. I think just something similar to what you were saying about basketball. Some dude, they was playing basketball. I was in the background. I'm chilling me. I ain't playing ball. I'm just looking. I had my black and mild. I'm just puffing and shit, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember. I know Puka had started the fight. He kind of started the shit, and then boom, they started fighting, whatever. So him and the little dude, and then I don't know, man. That shit crazy as fuck. That shit was crazy that night. I remember
Man,
that.
look,
Um,
we was
I think it
kids
was
and
at the
that
La Plata. I mean, what you call that park right there in Riverland?
that was Carrollwood Park, Greenwood Park.
Yeah,
But
I
we
think they was
never
playing basketball over there.
now we used to shoot ball at La Place Elementary, right across the street from the school.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that.
in
Yeah.
my hood, yeah.
Okay, yeah, right there, right there, right there. And him and some dude they was scrapping it out, whatever. Even though we won, they won, whatever, puking them won, they still want to fight.
And I just said that.
I
And
mean,
look,
man, what the fuck?
let me tell you, he was fighting some old niggas, dog. Puka was a bad motherfucker.
Hmm.
You heard me? The
Yeah, the dude, I think the dude was older than Puke, whatever.
man, Puka was a
Yeah,
grown no, Puka was probably like 14 at the time. I'm just guessing the ages, right? So
I
he was
think
like
I think he
14.
was no number 15.
Okay, well
15.
these niggas was 18 years old, graduated high school. They but the grad. I know exactly who he fought. You heard me? I know the niggas. You heard
Hmm.
me?
Hmm.
The niggas came, moved to our hood from like North Carolina or some shit. You heard me? And
Yeah,
they thought
some
they were
yeah, because this
and
nigga
they
down
thought they was big
them.
shit. You heard me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they used to fuck over us, you heard me, you know what I'm saying? Cause we was so small, you know, we was little bitty shrimps, you heard me? So when a
yeah,
nigga came over there trying to fuck with Pukey and shit, you heard me, and they was arguing and shit. I'm like, boy, this nigga don't even know about Pukey, but to bust him up. Him and all his boys. Him, Pukey and his whole crew, but to bust up all these grown ass fucking men. And nigga sat back
hmm.
and watched that shit eating popcorn.
But I tell you, I was right there in the background, nigga. I'm smoking my fucking black and mild with my fucking Tupac shirt on.
Yeah,
I remember that day.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that shit.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And then we
bro,
walked
yeah.
home. We got home around but fucking 8:30, some shit like that. By the time we got to the back of cameras, it was like around but 8:30, going on 9. Yeah,
Yeah. That
that shit was crazy, boy. I remember that. Boy, Puke had that boy on the ground, busting that boy upside his head.
straight up.
And I
You
ain't, I
know,
ain't, I ain't seen him do since. I ain't seen him since.
man, look, that same dude got beat up. They had a white dude in my neighborhood, you heard me. His name was Brandon. You heard me?
Hmm.
And Brandon was a dog, you heard me, like a little white boy. You know, our hood back then, at that whole Riverlands, you know how big Riverlands is. They only
Oh
had like
yeah,
10,
yeah.
they only had like 10 black families. You heard me? So
Hmm.
all of us stuck together, you heard me, and we had to fucking fight with these white folks and shit like that, you heard me? But they had a group of white
Hmm.
folks that didn't fuck with us, you heard me? That was Brandon them.
Hmm.
They was like, man, let them boys make it. They good kids, you heard me? Like,
Hmm.
nigga was chasing us in a pickup truck one time, some St. Charles Catholic kids, you heard me? And Brandon found out about it. He went and checked them boys, like, man, look, don't fuck with him and don't fuck with them. You heard me? And them boys ain't never fuck with us no more. And niggas ain't never knew that,
Oh
dog. Like,
no,
we had to fight
I
the
never
white
do that.
people, the racist white people in the hood, in our neighborhood. Plus, we had to go to school and people be like, y'all live in a rich area, you dig? So they'll try to fight us too, you dig? But we couldn't fight at
Right.
school. Our parents didn't let us fight at school, you heard me? You know how we came up.
Uh huh. Right.
Me
Right.
and my crew,
Right.
we couldn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like you really had to push us for us to, you know what I mean? But
Right,
yeah,
right.
I'm glad I'm glad you second that motion right there. You heard me because I be trying to
You
tell
brought me
niggas
back.
stories and shit, and niggas be like, "Nah, I remember
Yeah.
this happened. I remember that happened." Man, I got Cal J, the nemesis on this bitch, telling y'all what happened,
You
even
already
though I
know.
said what I
You already
said.
know.
You heard me straight up.
Oh, I
So
remember.
so that was
You brought me
around
back.
that was around that was around Gotcho. So that's middle school era. You heard me. Let's talk about East St.
Yeah, you can
John.
see
You
that.
heard me.
Goodwill.